Stay tuned for the Bulldozer Health Show, brought to you by Bulldozer Health Incorporated. The opinions stated on this show are not necessarily those of this station. All listeners should check with a trusted health advisor before following specific medical advice.
Hello, my name is Wendy Love Edge, and I'd like to welcome you to the Bulldozer Health Show. In this episode, we're on location in Andover, Massachusetts, and I'll be interviewing Laura Beohner, president and co-founder of The Healing Rose. Welcome to the show, Laura.
Thank you so much for having me, Wendy.
I'm so glad to be here at your location in Andover. So, Laura, tell me, how did you get into making CBD topicals?
So originally, I've been a cannabis medical patient for about 5 years, ever since it was actually available in Mass is when I first got my recommendation. And the whole reason I started the company was because I've been an athlete my whole life. I've dislocated my kneecap 4 different times.
Oh my goodness.
It's very painful. It's worse probably than it even sounds. It's almost traumatic, honestly, some of the pain. And I found a topical that was able to, a salve that was able to take away the pain when I'd apply it almost instantly. And every time it would work, it still would surprise me. Like, I can't believe this is still working. And I had extensive bruising. My entire leg was bruised. And I'd put it on and it would change the color overnight. If I really lathered it on before bed, like the bruising would almost change an entire different shade color.
Wow.
So, yeah.
And so this salve was a CBD salve, or?
It was a full spectrum product, but CBD actually has a longer list of benefits when applied topically.
So what is CBD exactly? What does it stand for?
CBD stands for cannabidiol or cannabidiol, whichever way you pronounce it. And it's just a different cannabinoid that's found in cannabis, whether it's hemp or the normal cannabis, marijuana that we think of. CBD can be found in both.
It can be found in both.
Yes.
So what's the difference if it's from hemp or if it's from marijuana or cannabis?
That's a common thing that we get asked, and a lot of people think, CBD from marijuana is way more powerful, and it is because it has THC and other, those kind of cannabinoids with it as an entourage effect. But the actual pure CBD, it's the same. It's from the same species, Cannabis sativa. So there's a lot of debate about that, but we feel our hemp-derived CBD is very powerful.
Okay. You said a lot of words in there, so I'm going to ask you to explain them a little bit. So there are different cannabinoids.
Yes.
We're talking about CBD, but what are some others?
Oh, wow.
Like THC is a cannabinoid.
Yes, THC is the most common cannabinoid. That's what we really think about when we think of cannabinoids in general. But there's also THCA, which is THC in its acidic form. There's THCV, which there's a lot of excitement around that with actually being able to help with weight loss. It's an appetite suppressant. There's CBN, which is degraded THC. That has its own benefits. CBG, but CBGA is actually the mother of all cannabinoids. All cannabinoids started out as CBGA. And as they mature, the plants mature, they actually turn to other cannabinoids, which is pretty cool.
That's interesting.
There's CBC, CBDV, CBDA.
So there's a lot to learn about all the different types of cannabinoids.
Yeah, and there's a lot of lack of research. So there's a lot of excitement to what comes out.
And then you mentioned the entourage effect, which I love to talk about too, but I'll let you explain.
Yeah. So THC is great on its own. CBD is lovely on its own, of course, but together they have a really, really beneficial partnership, and they love to be together, and it actually increases the, benefits of the actual product. So it's pretty cool, and dispensaries I know are really playing with the ratios, with not just topicals but tinctures, seeing what's best for patients, and they treat different things based on the ratios.
Right. So and it's really involving the whole plant. By involving all parts of the plant, you get the entourage effect, which is more beneficial and healing, right?
Even actually our CBD oil that we use full spectrum phytocannabinoid rich CBD hemp oil, and there's actually 4 different cannabinoids besides CBD that's in the actual hemp oil.
Wow.
So just hemp also can produce several different cannabinoids, not just what we think of as marijuana.
Right.
This is my soul, and I hope that you don't know. It's pretty dark down here, and so very, very alone. I figured if I found the courage to play you this song, then maybe you could find the time to sing along. I sing along. 8 billion people in the world that I call my home, but only if you would I even bother to phone? And if I fall asleep when you're playing your magic, oh, do you think that it's tragic that I can't help myself from thinking about you, everything that we do? And if I fall asleep when you're playing your magic, oh, do you think that it's tragic that I can't help myself from thinking about you, everything we do? No, you can't help it. You are young, but you are a star. You're there for a second, and the next I see you afar. Or fall asleep when you're playing your magic. Oh, do you think that it's tragic that I can't help myself from thinking about you, everything we do? Oh, and if I fall asleep when you're playing your magic, oh, do you think that it's tragic that I can't help myself from thinking about you, everything we do?
So there's a lot of questions that people have about whether CBD products are legal, especially CBD oil.
Yep.
You see it for sale online and in health food stores. And is it legal for people to purchase?
Yeah, so I actually was at the New York Business Cannabis World Expo, that's the official name, and they had a lawyer that spoke about it on a CBD panel. And the whole reason that there's a lot of gray area, I guess you could say, is because CBD can be derived from marijuana.
Okay.
And so that really kind of freaks the DEA out. and they are also actually in court right now with the hemp industry.
Okay.
So there's been a lot of confusion about the interpretation of the law, but there is the hemp farming bill of 2014, I believe it is. That was when it was written, that protects hemp for the purpose of research, and that includes market research. So hemp-derived CBD is legal.
Okay.
But it's because it can be derived from marijuana strains that they are worried about it.
Okay, so strains like Charlotte's Web that
Yes.
are out there, that's actually a marijuana strain?
Yeah, so when the DEA released a statement actually 2 weeks ago, they used that as it was CBD / Charlotte's Web oil. And it showed that that's what they're worried about.
Okay.
But specifically in their statement, it says it excludes creams, body lotions, and a list of other things. They're more worried about internally taking CBD.
Okay.
So that's where a lot of their worry comes from too.
So the CBD oil that you see people purchasing and using for their health, if it's derived from hemp, that's perfectly legal?
Correct.
So the bottle should say on it that it's hemp-based CBD
right.
oil?
We always put phytocannabinoid-rich CBD hemp oil on all of our labels so that it's clear.
Okay, excellent. So I'd like to know if you have a particular patient that you've seen that's really made some progress using the topical CBD salves.
Absolutely. We've gotten a ton of really great feedback. It's incredibly rewarding. I always tell everyone, please send me feedback. It makes all the hard work worth it in a lot of ways to know that we're able to help people. I love using my mom as an example. She has rheumatoid arthritis. She also has fibromyalgia.
Mm-hmm.
She has several other things. And she was taking a medicine for her RA that was making her really loopy. At night she'd call me sometimes or send me texts, and I'm like, "What's going on? What's wrong with you right now?" And she was on this new medicine, and I got her a salve actually a year and a half ago from someone else, and she was able to stop taking her medicine. She every morning she works her salve in, and she literally straightens her fingers back out. And if she doesn't use it, she's suffering.
So she's not taking anything internally?
Correct. She stopped taking it. Obviously, everyone's different.
Sure.
And, you can't dispense medical advice, but it's rewarding to know I've been able to help my mom get off that medicine.
Right. And so she rubs it into all the joints every day, which is probably increases blood flow and improves her joints just for doing that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It helps with inflammation. So if you're doing that self-care, we like to really promote self-care, because with topicals, it's easy to forget to use it or, use it a little bit. It starts to help and then you stop using it.
Right.
You need to practice self-care and continuously use it.
Right. Absolutely. It's all connected. What we eat, put in our bodies, exercise, adequate rest, all of those things. And using pharmaceuticals just when the benefit outweighs the risk. And if you can find something that's more natural like this, especially not ingesting, it's kind of amazing.
Psychoactive effects, which pharmaceuticals have a lot of side effects.
Right. And some people are very nervous about the psychoactive effects of using cannabis.
Right.
And so this might be an alternative.
Right.
Can you think of anyone else who has a different diagnosis maybe that saw some improvement?
I use my father as an example. Why not?
Your whole family. Sure.
Yeah. Everyone, honestly, my brother has MS. He uses it.
Wow.
Yeah, but my father was gonna have surgery on his elbow. He's having tennis elbow, and he's been using a salve once or twice a day, and he's like, I think it's like almost to the point where I'm not even really feeling it anymore.
Wow.
And he was the biggest naysayer, not naysayer, but skeptic, I guess you could say. He knew I was passionate about it, but he wasn't able to see the effects for himself. Right. He doesn't smoke cannabis at all. I was in the closet with him for a while with cannabis, and it finally came out to him, as we call it.
Right. I know, it's interesting how that is.
It's a cannabis closet.
Right, it's a cannabis closet.
It's real. But yeah, now he's, telling people, you got to try out this salve, and he actually bought a CBD one for his neighbor and one for this woman that he's seeing. He's like, really believes in us full now. So it's like a really rewarding thing to be able to get that kind of feedback.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
Can you think of any contraindications to using the topical CBD? I know it's difficult because the government doesn't really allow testing,
Correct.
When I'm looking for testing, I go to Israel, look through articles from Israel.
Israel's doing it so well
right.
over there.
So has anyone reported that they had any issues with rashes or problems with using the salves?
No, there's no
topicals?
known currently with CBD. For some of our salves, we do use herbs and essential oils that can have slight ones, but we're very careful. We do a ton of research with anything we put in there. We use arnica in our salves.
I love arnica.
Arnica is wonderful.
Right.
We use calendula in our extra strength too. So things like that. We do our research. We have a warning about, pregnant or breastfeeding on all of them because essential oils can be tricky, certain essential oils
Sure,
for
right.
people that are pregnant or breastfeeding. So yeah, we just try to, do an extensive warning on our products and make sure we cover all our bases too.
Nice. It's great that you do that research. And we always encourage people to do their own research too.
Absolutely.
And make sure they read the label,
And check like 2 to 3 sources.
Right, because just because something's natural doesn't mean it's right for everyone or even good. Arsenic is natural, right?
Like St. John's
Right,
wort. St. John's wort's actually commonly used in some topicals, but it can have an interaction with a lot of different medications. And
right.
They don't put, like, I've seen from dispensaries, I'm not going to say where, obviously,
right.
but where they put it into the product and not had an extensive warning. And it's,
oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's worrisome. I'm like,
it
oh
is
my God,
worrisome.
we stay away from St. John's wort because of that, because
sure.
of all the contraindications that can happen.
Well, and your skin is your largest organ.
I know.
And you're taking this all in. So it's really important to do the research for yourself. And the company like yours, which is reputable, does the research as well. So that's wonderful.
And that's why we use organic for everything.
Excellent.
Hi, I'm Wendy Love Edge, and I am the host of the Bulldozer Health Show. The Bulldozer Health Show is a podcast, television show, and radio show, and we produce it in many different formats so that we can reach as many people as possible and educate them about all of their health options, especially natural health options. I love to interview alternative health providers and get really up close and personal with them, find out why they started doing this type of treatment, the science behind it, how it could help someone to improve their health and wellness, and what a person could expect when they go to see them. I also interview activists for all different types of health-related causes, such as Lyme disease, cannabis, just to name a couple of things. I interview physicians. I interview people who have found success through doing their own research, finding natural methods that improve their health and lifestyle choices, and bring their story forward so people can be inspired and figure out that their health truly is mainly in their own hands and that they can find different options for themselves.
Bulldozer Health Incorporated is a 501c3 nonprofit organization and healthcare reform initiative. The mission is to educate people about all available healthcare options, improve access to alternative healthcare, and to inspire people to achieve optimal health and wellness. Among our many programs are the Take Back Your Health America benefit concerts. These concert events travel from state to state, raising awareness and raising funds with free on-site sessions offered by healthcare providers, silent auctions featuring original art, products, and services, door gifts and prizes from generous sponsors, and a great lineup of musical performances. A portion of funds go to help individuals pay for alternative healthcare, including cannabis and cannabis legalization fees where funds are available. There are many opportunities for you to be involved. Please visit bulldozerhealth.org for much more information. Thank you for your time and energy, and take back your health, America.
Don't remain in the shadow. Now you found a brighter day. Let's find the strength we need to cast our fears away. There's a power within us to lead the light our way. We can hold it like a fire, set beside the blaze. We can take back our power. Rise up, see the light. We can all stand together. See our visions come to life. We can take back the freedom. Never give up this fight. Look ahead, no regrets. Time to take back our life. It's time to take back our life. Take back your health, America.
In this episode, I'll be interviewing Dr. Janji Anand. I'll be speaking with Dr. Tammy Post. We're on location
At Just Breathe in Worcester, Massachusetts.
in New York, from Salem, Massachusetts. The Bulldozer Health Show.
The lymphatic system is like a sewer system with pipes and drains. And if the pipes get clogged, it creates toxic sludge and can impair your immune system, and that in turn can lead to disease. So it looks like exercise is pretty important to our good health after all. But you know, instead of giving ourselves excuses and blaming the modern life and time management, I think it's much more fun just to get up and do the funky chicken. You know, like you did as a kid. You know, you get those arms flapping, get those feet tapping, get your hips and your core into it, get your neck stretching. Yeah, really get to feeling it. Call it arm circles if you want. But just get moving. Just get moving. Get oxygen to your cells and your tissues. Plus, when you're being all fun and weird and unique, it doesn't feel like exercise. Sure makes people wonder. You can add music instruments to it. Just saying. Take back your health, America!
So I wanted to ask you one more question about, because I know that you're affiliated with the organization Women Grow.
Yeah.
So what is Women Grow exactly?
So Women Grow is a professional networking organization. We have about 35 chapters around the country. It was started in Denver, but the Boston chapter has been around for about a year and a half. I've been with them for 14 months.
Nice.
And it's just a really awesome place for not only women, but it is majority women to come together and learn about different educational topics. We have Dr. Stacy Gruber coming with us next month, joining us to talk about what there still is to know about cannabis science.
Nice.
And we have, a business themed one in September. I think that we're locking down right now. We have 2 grow workshops planned for the fall.
Great.
So we do a ton of different things, covering a lot of bases in the cannabis industry. And
nice. So it's great for education.
Yes.
And does someone have to be a member of Women Grow to attend the workshops?
Nope. If you're a member, you get free access to our signature networking events, and workshops are at a discount.
Nice.
But yeah, no, I love saying that the network I've been able to build Like, I was just at CannaCon. I had so many friends, so many people telling them people to come to our booth, all because of Women Grow and the people I've been able to meet. So It's just a really special place that I hold really close to my heart.
It's great to network, and I love it that they're empowering women in the industry.
Yes. Our goal is to have 50-50 in the C-suite, the cannabis industry. So 50-50 like executives.
Okay.
Yeah, that's like our vision. Is
Right.
50,
So that there's
split.
equality. Like you said, it doesn't exclude men, but definitely across all industries, it's good to have organizations that empower women and encourage them to come forward and step up. And you've definitely done that with the Healing Rose. I love your products. And thank you so much for your generosity. I know you've donated to Bulldozer Health. We have patients in need who couldn't afford these products and many other things, and we've been able to give them access. So thank you so much for that.
Oh, of course, it's my pleasure. The more lives, honestly, that we can improve the quality of, the more it means to us. That's what we're here for.
Great. Is there anything else you'd like to add about the products or about CBD in general?
I guess if anyone's thinking about making their own topicals or things that are going to go on skin, just really be careful where you're sourcing all of your ingredients. We use organic whenever possible. The only things organic that we don't use are vitamin E, salts, and things for our bath bombs, like the sodium bicarbonate. We use like aluminum free, but it's citric acid. Just be really careful with that. And we're very responsible where we source our ingredients. Mountain Rose Herbs, they're out of Oregon. We get nearly everything from them.
Nice.
They're very responsible, and it's important.
I'm so glad to hear that. It's really important with the ingredients, and it's very important for people to read the label and know what it is that they're putting on their body or in their body.
With essential oils, right? So if you're not using organic and they're being grown with pesticides and things like that, when you're reducing it down to such a concentrated form, those pesticides get reduced down even more. So you gotta
it's more concentrated.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, you're taking a lot of plant and creating into a little, liquid.
Right.
So, and especially with essential oils, I really, really think it's important to only use organic.
Right. Well, thank you so much for putting so much effort into making a quality product and providing it to all of us. And thank you for joining me today.
Thank you, Wendy. Thanks for having me.
I've wished you well, but it's been too long now. We've traveled so far away. We've traveled so far away.
Bulldozer Health Incorporated is a 501c3 nonprofit organization and healthcare reform initiative. You can find us at bulldozerhealth.org. Take back your health, America.
Unexpectedly, she returns to me like a wave of pure euphoria that slowly washes over